Good afternoon. Welcome on in to From Day One. Today, we have a Sov Cit going into court. Will he win himself a bonus prize? Let's find out.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Kim Crawford, Legal Services of South Central Michigan with Ms. Rosie Wade. Can you state your name for the record?
Rosie Wade.
Good afternoon.
Banner for the people.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Give me a minute. Go ahead when you're ready, Ms. Crawford. Thank you, Your Honor. We're here to ask that the court set aside Ms. Wade's felony conviction from 1983. It's been more than 30 years since she completed all terms of her sentence, and she is looking to get this expunged because she recently has adopted her great-grandson, who is 11 years old, and she's been his primary caregiver since he was 6 weeks old. She is unable to volunteer at his school, and she is unable to get a job because of her felony conviction. She actually found a job where her great-grandson goes to school, and she was fired. So it's been a long time since her conviction. This is her only conviction, and the only time she's ever been in trouble. And I think it's in the interest of the public welfare that the court would grant her this privilege. Mr. Danner, does your office take that position?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry? I asked whether the prosecutor's office takes a position. Said no. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I didn't think that's what he said.
All right. Ms. Wade, I'll commend you for taking care of your grandchild and for doing everything that the court required you to do when you following your conviction, and I'll grant your application to set aside your conviction.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Up to you.
Thanks.
You're all set. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was just an early one.
39,
Here's
versus
another one.
Angela Weems, 22154 FH.
Blue Banner for the people.
Is Mr. Weems present?
Hopefully not.
Mr. Weems is present.
And was there somebody else present on this matter?
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Weems is representing himself, so he just needs to be advised of his rights to counsel since this is the starting of a new proceeding, and he is still representing himself.
Oh, he's still being stupid, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Weems, you are, as you know, entitled to be represented by an attorney, and I think I would not be alone in telling you that that is your best course of action. I hear that you do not want to accept an appointed attorney or to hire an attorney on your own. Is that true?
Oh, I'm here as intervener and authorized representative for Angela Weems.
Oh, so
I
simple.
couldn't understand anything you said, sir.
Said I'm here as intervener and as authorized representative for Angela Weems.
I guess, Your Honor, then we're going to need to confirm whether or not this individual who is on the Zoom is actually Angela Weems, as since there hasn't been any filing for an attorney or any other representative, then I believe that it would either have to be Mr. Weems' attorney who speaks for Mr. Weems, or Mr. Weems himself. So we just have to confirm that this is in fact Mr. Weems, as I've never seen him before. I cannot determine based on just a screen that that is in fact him.
In other words, if he wants to be an asshole.
Mr. Weems, where are you right now?
I'm at a relative's.
What did he say?
He said he's stupid, Your Honor.
Family members.
And I guess the question would be for Mr. Weems, are you in fact Angelo Gabriel Weems?
No, I'm here as an intervener and authorized representative.
Your Honor, it appears that Mr. Weems has failed to appear. And if Mr. Weems is not here in court today, then the people would be requesting a bench warrant.
Well, let the record show that it cannot be me.
Let the record show what?
That he's
That it
stupid,
cannot be
Your
me
Honor.
if I'm not here.
That it cannot be you because you're not here? Is that what you said?
I'm here as authorized representative and intervener to settle this matter.
Okay. Since Mr. Weems either is not present or will not acknowledge being present, then I find that he's failed to appear for a pretrial hearing and on 2 probation violations. And I will issue a bench warrant.
Not true.
I do want to raise this issue. I received a communication by certified mail
really, Your Honor?
addressed to me here at the court, and the return address is S.S. Whitfield, P.O. Box 13198, Detroit, Michigan 48213. And the enclosure is a certified copy of a birth certificate for Angela Weems and a document titled Notice of Acceptance. It's addressed to Patricia Reiser at the Washington County Prosecutor's Office. And
Notice of acceptance? Are you trying to bribe?
it's 2 pages long of narrative that I don't understand. It shows that that there was a copy sent certified also to the prosecutor's office. And Mr. Danner, I can have this scanned and emailed over to you if it's not been received by your office. So please let me know.
It has been received by our office, Your Honor. The notice of acceptance has been received by our office, as well as the other document here, which is a jury trial demand pursuant to the Constitution for the United States of America, 7th Amendment, enclosed says bond. And I, Your Honor, just for the court's perspective, as I don't know who the author of the letter was. It is signed Angela Weems, but
Your Honor, Angela Weems, specially appearing.
I'm going to assume that the letter was not an offer to pay in any kind of manner or any offer to provide anything of value to the prosecutor's office in return for a lack of prosecution. I'm going
He's
to
not allowed to speak to me. He's not my attorney.
assumption that Mr. Weems would not be trying to bribe the government in any kind of way. So I'm not aware of what we would do with that, as I want to look at it as it is not an offer to provide something of value to the prosecutor's office, as that would be illegal. So I'm going to say that that is not what that was for, and leave it that it is something that people are unable to understand or ascertain the veracity of those statements, but the people would stand on our request for a bench warrant, Your Honor, since Mr. Weems is not present.
I just said Mr. Weems here, specially appearing. I said it like 4 times.
I said I'm stupid, Your Honor, like 4 times.
Did the court not hear me?
No, we heard you. You're an idiot.
I heard you. I will issue a bench warrant.
Next matter is a non-public hearing. The court will be back shortly.
Hello?
You done fucked up, son. Hard.
Hello, so is my case over?
You didn't have a case.
Weems' case is over.
Thank you.
So is it closed? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I didn't receive any of the information after I told you I was here.
There's been a bench warrant issued by the court for Angelo Gabriel Weems.
For what?
For his failure to appear in court today, there's a bench warrant that's been issued.
We're going to move on to the next case. We called another case. We're going to hear Nelson Eugene Campbell.
Lieutenant for the people, Your Honor, I believe we need to go to a breakout room for that.
Sorry about that, folks. Sneezy.
Number 25, People versus James Kimbrell Jr., 22151 FH.
And I feel free, and I will most likely issue an order on it within the next week and a half, I would say.
Okay, if I have anything to submit, I'll do it in less than a week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 19, People versus Joshua Goebel, 22155 FH.
Lieutenant for the people.
Get moving ahead a little bit to another case.
Watch this shit. Hold it up. I got the magic on it.
Number 12, People versus William Cox, 2289 FH.
What do you got for us, Mr. Cox?
Lieutenant for the people.
Missions summarized. Complete the moral recognition therapy program. No assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. Find and maintain legitimate employment a minimum of 30 hours per week unless engaged in an approved alternative program. Pay restitution of $19,000 to Alicia Turner. Pay $50 state costs. Crime victims assessment of $75. I will strike the supervision fee.
That's a lot of fees.
Recalling 39, People versus Angela Weems, 22154 FH.
Found him.
Lieutenant for the people.
Now, you gonna be smart?
Angelo Weems here representing myself in proper persona. Sorry, Miss Clunky, about earlier.
Can you confirm that you're Angela Gabriel Weems?
Angelo Weems speaking, representing myself. I'm here. And proper persona.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Weems, I was beginning to advise you what a bad idea it is for you to represent yourself. If you do choose to represent yourself, you will be held to the same standard as an attorney, things that people go to school for years and years to learn and to become good at doing. Do you understand that I will hold you to the same standard as an attorney if you represent yourself?
Yes.
And do you want to represent yourself despite the fact that anyone, most folks would tell you it's a terrible idea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, it's a terrible idea, Your Honor.
All right. I want to talk for just a minute about the papers that I received in the mail that I described on the record earlier, which is a certified copy of your birth certificate and something called notice of acceptance that appears that it was directed to the prosecutor's office and a copy was sent to me. I'm going to send these. I don't want these. I don't want your birth certificate. It has no value to me, no meaning to me, and the notice of acceptance is something that I don't even understand. If you want, I'll have it placed in a court file, but it's meaningless to me.
Please.
Please, I want to be stupid, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you for letting me be stupid, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just to make sure the record is clear, that I did transmit a offer just in case the court did provide standby counsel of the public defender in this case. So I will make the same offer on the record to Mr. Weems. And I'm not saying what you need to do or what you ought to do, but I do have an obligation that if I am contemplating providing an offer to you, that I actually make sure that's articulated to you and that you understand what that offer is. In this matter, you are charged with 4 crimes, 3 of which are a felony and 1 is a misdemeanor. My offer to you is that I would be willing, if you were to plead guilty or no contest, to count 1, weapons carrying a firearm concealed. I would dismiss counts 2, which is weapons, firearm possession by a felon. Count 3, weapons, ammunition possession by a felon. And count 4, the operating or the failure to maintain security, which is a longhand of saying driving without adequate insurance. I would dismiss 2, 3, and 4, and I would be willing to agree that you do not go to jail and that you would have a probationary sentence on count 1 alone, with the remainder being dismissed. That is the offer. You do not have to accept that right now. If you would like to think about it, you can request an adjournment, and one would likely be granted for you to consider that offer if you would like to.
I'll probably request an adjournment if possible.
And how much time do you think you would need, sir?
2 to 3 weeks. Cool.
Your Honor, would the court find, I believe 3 weeks would not, 3 weeks will put us at the 24th, which the court is not in session on that date. Would the 31st be acceptable?
31st is fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Weems, if you would like, now I'm going to inform you, since you are representing yourself, you have the ability to contact me. So you can just call the prosecutor's office, ask for prosecutor and Lou Danner. They will direct you to me or provide you with my email to email me. In any communication, please understand that you have to protect your rights. Therefore, do not speak to me about the actual facts of the case, and do not make any admissions of any kind to me, as I'm not, your lawyer, I'm a prosecutor, so I want to make sure if you want to reach out to me, you can, but please be advised not to speak in regards to any facts of the case or make any admissions that could be later used against you for any other purposes.
Well, this guy's trying to do you a solid here. I know you're probably not going to be smart enough to realize this. The fucker's trying to do you a solid.
Where would you like me to send back your birth certificate?
Mr. Weems?
I'm sorry, give it to me again.
Oh. Let me hit the mute there so you don't get his address. We'll be back.
4819.
Close enough.
8, or it could be sent back to the notary, either or, whichever is more convenient for you.
Makes no difference to me.
It does, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And lastly, Mr. Weems, I would like to appoint standby counsel for you. That would be an attorney that you can consult. You still are in charge of the case and you still make all the decisions on the case, but there would be a lawyer on hand to answer any questions or explain things for you. Would you accept the appointment of standby counsel?
Your Honor, I would like to stand by counsel if possible.
Oh, thank God. And with that, we're going to leave him, and we'll leave this afternoon session. Come on back tonight, as we'll have some more fun as we march along here from day one.